What's up, everyone? If you're anything like me, you've been living in VR ever since MetaQuest 3 dropped, and trust me, 2026 is shaping up to be absolutely insane for us headset addicts. From insane action-adventure to franchise-level heavy hitters, we're finally getting some big titles that push this thing to its limits. I'm talking about jaw-dropping games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Empire City hitting Quest 3, plus a whole slate of other next-gen VR experiences that are gonna make you forget the real world even exists. Grab your controllers and clear your schedule, because these AAA grade releases are gonna bend your mind and redefine what VR gaming can be.
What happened here?
Dread Meridian. I still get chills thinking about the moment I first donned my Quest 3 and stepped foot onto the frozen nightmare that is Dread Meridian. This isn't your usual VR horror. You're Daniela, scrambling through a snow-blasted island, searching for your twin while every shadow feels alive. The way you scavenge for ammo, customize weapons, and manage every breath, intense combat makes the fear physical. Like the monsters are right behind you, and the puzzles, guys, they're not filler. They force you to slow down and think, right before getting jumped by grotesque horrors. The best part here is that the team has opened pre-orders on MetaQuest with sweet exclusive skins and a 15% discount, so you can lock this beauty in before it hits in early 2026. EXOSHOCK. Guys, when I first caught EXOSHOCK in action, my heart was pounding. This game throws you and up to 3 friends into these chaotic, squad-based sci-fi firefights where every mission feels like you're in the heat of a dystopian war zone straight out of Halo crossed with Helldivers. The gunplay is visceral in VR. You duck, you roll, you coordinate, and every decision matters because the adaptive AI responds to you on the fly. Loadouts feel meaningful. I've swapped roles mid-match just to see how different tactics completely flip the fight. It's shaping up to be one of the most intense PvE shooters in VR, and it's slated to launch in fall 2025, so keep that wishlist button warm. Remnant Protocol. Okay, so Remnant Protocol is the curveball I didn't know I needed for Quest 3 in 2026. Imagine mixing deep space fight dogfights with base building strategy and tactical decision making. That's what this feels like. One minute you're weaving through enemy fire in first-person VR space combat, and the next you're directing resources, researching tech, and forging alliances to keep your faction alive. The scope of it feels huge. It's one of those games you'll want to put on when you're ready for a serious session, not just a quick play. They've got a March 12th, 2026 release date locked in, and trust me, the sense of pride when a risky dogfight turns into victory is unreal. The Boys. Trigger warning. For us fans of The Boys, stepping into Trigger Warning on Quest 3 is gonna feel like crawling through a twisted carnival ride straight into Vought's darkest secrets. You're thrust into original stealth action chaos, sneaking, hacking, and slugging your way through encounters with soups while the franchise's signature brutal humor and absurd violence keep you on edge. What's wild is the cast is actually reprising roles, so hearing familiar voices while you blend stealth and combat in gritty VR just hits differently. Best part is that pre-orders are already live on the Quest storefront, so you can lock in your digital ticket into this chaos long before its spring 2026 launch.
Oh.
Nope.
All units, a gang war has broken out on the Lower East Side. We need you there now. Over and out.
Uh-oh.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Empire City. You know I had to geek out over this one. Being inside a TMNT universe on Quest 3 is the stuff I've dreamed about since VR was just a promise. Empire City isn't just another licensed game. It's a full, first-person action adventure where you become Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, or Michelangelo. The combat animation, the weight of the weapons, and the fluid parkour across sewers and rooftops look like they were built with die-hard fans in mind. Every throw, block, and kick feels just right in VR, and the team promises classic villains plus solo or co-op play to bring your turtle squad alive. It's set for a 2026 launch, and you can already wishlist it on Quest and Steam to stay ready. Star Trek Infection. This one blew my mind when I saw the first gameplay teasers. Star Trek Infection on Quest 3 is shaping up to be one of the craziest narrative survival VR experiences we've had yet. You step into the shoes of a Vulcan Starfleet officer aboard a derelict ship, but things take a horrifying turn when an unknown biological threat doesn't just infest the ship, it starts infecting you. The coolest part? You feel every panic moment in VR, scanning with your tricorder, choosing whether to suppress or embrace mutations, and balancing newfound powers against slipping sanity feels so real in Quest 3's immersive space. This is launching in March 2026 on Quest 3 and Steam VR, so mark your calendars because that psychological tension is going to hit hard.
What is this place?
Lair of the Unknown Caller. Alright, this one's still a bit mysterious, but hear me out. Lair of the Unknown Caller looks like the perfect blend of chaotic melee, combat, and sandbox mayhem for VR. From what we've seen, this isn't just another button mash fighter. The whole world feels like a weapon playground where you improvise your way out of danger, turning anything in the environment into a tool or a trap. You'll be exploring wild arenas, smashing through hordes, and feeling that raw physicality that Quest 3 makes so addictive. There's no official release date yet, but the fact that it's already showing traction on the Quest store means this could be one of 2026's sleeper hits, the kind you don't want to sleep on.
I hope she doesn't find us here.
Out of Sight VR. Out of Sight VR is one of those games that rewires how you think about horror in VR. Instead of the usual first-person perspective, you literally see the world from a teddy bear's eyes and guide a blind girl named Sophie through creepy mansions full of shadows and secrets. It's like horror and empathy twisted together, and Quest 3's immersion makes every heartbeat count. You're not just avoiding scares, you're protecting someone else with nothing but instinct and clever positioning. Granted, it launched in early access on Steam May 22nd, 2025, and Quest support is Q4 2025 or later. But trust me, when this lands on Quest 3, the psychological layers and unique viewpoint are going to make it a must-play for anyone who loves atmospheric tension with real emotional stakes.
Welcome to Scrollfort Reach, your new home. A place of peace and harmony.
Orcs Must Die by The Blade. This one instantly got me hyped. Imagine the classic Orcs Must Die. Chaos, traps, orcs, explosions everywhere. But you're inside the action in VR on Quest 3. You're not just placing traps from an overhead view anymore. You're swinging swords, blocking horde rushes with skillful parries, setting magical traps with your own hands, and watching orcs literally charge at you with that visceral first-person intensity. The devs have built this from the ground up for VR, with pre-orders live now and a January 22nd, 2026 release, so you can lock this in early and hit the ground running when it drops. Whether you're solo or co-op with a friend, this feels like total chaos perfection.
Controversial computer game.
The original game was banned in more than 10 countries.
You know what it means to go postal? Postal.
Postal.
Postal?
Very controversial video game.
Man, this shit is boring.
Postal 2 VR. If you've ever rocked the Postal franchise on flat screen, Postal 2 VR on Quest 3 is going to make you grin and wince in equal measure. This isn't just a lazy port. They're rebuilding the cult classic with full VR controls, physics-driven combat, and vibrant sandbox chaos that lets you approach every mission in wild, unpredictable ways. You'll be running errands, and suddenly you're defending yourself against everything in paradise, with a huge arsenal of weapons and tools that feel insanely satisfying to use in VR. It doesn't have an exact date yet, but it's been confirmed for Quest platforms and looks like a 2026 drop. And honestly, I'm counting down days because the mix of ridiculous humor and full-on mayhem is perfect for Quest 3's immersive world. And that's a wrap on these insane AAA games coming to MetaQuest 3 in 2026. I don't know about you, but just thinking about diving into these worlds gets my heart racing all over again. Whether it's survival horror, crazy action, or deep story experiences, Quest 3 is about to explode with next level content that'll keep us playing for months. If you're hyped like I am, hit that like button. Let me know which game you're most excited for in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed, because this lineup is just the beginning of what VR has in store. Thanks for watching.
This writing, could that be Bella's?